This is not the same Seattle Seahawks. I don't really know what they mean, but we know that Seattle are probably, well, one of the most hyped teams in the NFL right now. They play super good. So let's find out what has made them this good.
I can tell you what was going on here. Around the third quarter, after the second interception, the Kobe Turner one, where they're down 16 points, you have the article written. Darnold can't win a big game. He pees down his leg whenever it matters. And once again, Darnold's going to hold a team back from getting to where they want to get.
We had a bit of an argument in my live, the last live I had, actually. There was a guy who called, it was Mr. Ohio. He said that Darnold is very overrated. And exactly like he said here.
He completely rewrote his own narrative. Suddenly they are in the driver's seat in the NFC West. They are in the driver's seat in the NFC. And if you're looking at the landscape of the entire NFL, they might be in the driver's seat for the Super Bowl right now over the way he played over the final 15 minutes.
The script in Seattle has been completely rewritten. For years, the Seahawks were the NFL's quintessential middle-class team.
Oh, what happened there?
They were led by...
Who is this? This is not Russell
For
Wilson,
years,
is
the
it?
Seahawks were the NFL's quintessential middle-class team.
Damn.
They were led by Geno Smith, a serviceable veteran starter who provided stability after the Russell Wilson era, but lacked the transcendent
I don't know. Is that the offensive line or the quarterback that's bad there?
factor to push the team past the 10-7 plateau. The defense had individual stars, but no cohesive soul. The offense had explosive receivers like DK Metcalf, but a porous offensive line and a predictable scheme that made them a one-trick pony. Then came the 2025 offseason. Second-year head coach Mike McDonald was given the keys to the kingdom, and he immediately chose to tear down the walls. Today, the 12-3 Seattle Seahawks are no longer stuck. They are a complete juggernaut. They have conquered the NFC West and are 2 games away from securing home field advantage throughout the playoffs. This is the story of how a reclamation project quarterback, a superstar receiver, and a defensive mastermind turned the Pacific Northwest into the most feared destination in football.
Oh, I love this. This is one thing, yeah, because Sam Darnold has been criticized, as we know, and to trade for him and get rid of a decent quarterback. I can't remember the name that they said right now, and also to trade away DK Metcalf because I know that he plays in Pittsburgh right now.
Sam rolls out near side. Throw is made. Touchdown, Seahawks!
To build the 2025 Seahawks, Mike McDonald and GM John Schneider had to be ruthless. The quote-unquote great purge of the 2025 offseason will be studied by front offices for decades. It wasn't just about moving on from players, it was about moving on from an identity. Let's begin with the Geno Smith trade. After leading the team to a 10-7 record in 2024, Geno Smith was traded to Las Vegas.
Decent, 10-7.
Calculated, sell high on a veteran whose ceiling has been reached. Then, perhaps one of the more shocking moves of the offseason was trading Pro Bowler DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Why?
While Metcalf was a physical marvel, the Seahawks viewed his contract and his big player bust nature as a hurdle to be balanced, rhythmic offense Clint Kubiak wanted to install.
Okay, so he was maybe a bit of a big focal point in the last offense, and maybe they didn't want it. Well, now they have Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is really their main focal point on a passing offense, or maybe I'm just not understanding the lingo here.
Also released a franchise legend like Tyler Lockett, which was the final signal that the Pete Carroll era was officially over. The draft was a secondary phase of the purge. The Seahawks focused on the grown man positions. They selected Gray Zabel, an absolute mountain from North Dakota State, to anchor the offensive line. Zabel brought a mean streak that had been missing for years, transforming the unit from a liability into an upper-tier protection group. On the other side of the ball, they drafted Nicky Monwari, a 6'3" safety from South Carolina whose combination of size and 4.3 speed made him the perfect Swiss Army knife for McDonald's complex defensive rotations. The most critical hire of the offseason wasn't just a player, it was the offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak. Kubiak brought a refined, modern version of the West Coast offense that prioritized balance.
West Coast offense? Does West Coast offense differ? This is very interesting. Guys, you have to let me know about this. How does the offense differ across the nation?
Motion, and most importantly, protecting the quarterback.
From the 48-yard line, play action. He's going to come back the other way.
Beautiful.
Taken by Walker. Lots of room to roll inside the 30. Gets a couple of blocks. He'll get inside the 10.
When the Seahawks
Beautiful. Look at this cover. He is all alone there.
He's going to come back the other way. Taken by Walker. Lots of room to roam inside the 30. Gets a couple of blocks. He'll get inside the 10.
When the Seahawks signed Sam Darnold, the NFL media kind of scoffed. He was the quintessential bust who had recently found a pulse in Minnesota, but Seattle saw something different, a quarterback with elite natural talent who had never been given a disciplined, high-level scheme. Under Kubiak, Darnold has continued his career resurrection. Through 15 games, he has 3,703 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and a 100.6 passer rating. Darnold is not just managing games, he is winning them. His internal clock has been recalibrated, and with a mostly healthy offensive line, they have been providing him clean pockets. He has become one of the league's most efficient intermediate to deep passers. The promotion of Jackson Smith-Njigba to the wide receiver 1 role was the catalyst of the entire offense. Without Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, JSN became the focal point, and he responded.
Yeah, this is very interesting, right? Because it seems like Smith-Njigba, he likes to go deep, as the last video we watched, and it was always open. If Darnold's a great what do you say, medium to far passer expert, match made in heaven.
Entire offense. Without Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, JSN became the focal point, and he responded by leading the NFL in receiving. On the year, he has 104 receptions, 1,637 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. JSN's ability to win at the line of scrimmage and find soft spots in zone coverage has made him Sam Darnold's security blanket. He isn't just a slot receiver anymore, he is a complete 3-level threat who broke DK Metcalf's single-season franchise yardage record in just 14 weeks. While the offense has been prolific, the Mike McDonald defense is what makes Seattle a Super Bowl contender. McDonald installed a culture of MOB ties, mission over BS, emphasizing collective accountability over individual flair. On the season, they ranked second.
That's the defense you want. Oh, sorry, what happened
in
here?
opponents' points per game.
How do I get rid of this? Yeah, sorry. This is what you want. I used to be defender in soccer. And defense is all about the togetherness. That's all it is.
Individual flair. On the season, they rank second in opponents' points per game, 7th in opponents' yards per game, and
18.6. That's it. That's 2.5 touchdowns per fourth quarter. Wow.
8th in opponents' touchdowns per game. The defense is built on the illusion of pressure. McDonald uses hybrid players
Rivers,
like
right? That's the old guy.
And veteran DeMarcus Lawrence to mask blitzes, making the quarterback see ghosts before the snap. Iman Wari has emerged as a defensive rookie of the year contender, acting as a heat-seeking missile in the run game and a ball hawk in the secondary.
He's going to throw it near side. Getting into the mess of things. Ball is tipped up in the air. An interception, and it's Witherspoon.
Stole it from behind.
All of these stats and the rebuild narratives were put to the ultimate test on December 18th, the battle for the NFC West between the 11-3 Seattle Seahawks and the 11-3 Los Angeles Rams.
The insane
was
game.
The most anticipated game of the week. It was a game of two halves, a game of weirdness, and ultimately a game that defined the new Seattle. The game started as a nightmare for Seattle. Matthew Stafford was surgical, targeting Puka Nacua relentlessly. Nacua was playing like a man possessed, finishing the night with 12 catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams took a 13-7 lead.
He was amazing that game, and Stafford as well. They were amazing. I wonder what he will say now, why Seattle won this
12
one.
catches for 225 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams took a 13-7 lead into halftime, but most importantly, they were physically bullying the Seahawks at the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks came out of the locker room with fire, regaining the lead 14-13 on a massive 55-yard touchdown run by Kenneth Walker. However, the Rams responded with a field goal and a defensive touchdown. After Sam Darnold threw an interception to Josh Wallace, Blake Corum punched it in to give the Rams a 23-14 lead. Early in the fourth quarter, Stafford hit Nacua for a 1-yard touchdown, extending the lead to 30-14. Lumen Field was dead silent. The same old Seahawks narrative was beginning to stir. The comeback started with a spark from a new face. Rashid Shaheed, the All-Pro returner acquired midseason, took a punt 58 yards to the house. Darnold then hit Cooper Kupp in a sweet bit of revenge against his former team for the 2
I didn't know that. Did it say that number 2, the guy who returned that punt, is he a former Pro Bowler, he said?
Conversion. The score then was 30-22. After the defense got a stop, the offense took the field. Down by 8 points, needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, Sam Darnold would hit A.J. Barner for a 20.
And yeah, what about the tight end? He had 2 touchdowns that game. He hasn't even touched his name yet.
6-yard touchdown. Then, one of the craziest plays of the season would happen on the 2-point conversion. Darnold received the snap, and would throw the ball quickly to an intended wide receiver screen. The pass went incomplete, or so we thought. The refs would review the play and determine that somehow the conversion was successful, due to the pass being a backwards pass and had a clear recovery.
This one I had no I had no what? My English, hello. I couldn't understand. I didn't understand what happened there. How it's still allowed.
In the end zone by Zach Charbonnet. The game was officially tied. The game would go into overtime. The Rams got the ball first. Stafford did not blink as he marched LA for an easy touchdown drive, capped off by Puka Nacua with a 41-yard touchdown. Under the playoff-style overtime rules, Seattle had one position to respond. Darnold was legendary on this drive, converting 2 third-and-longs. He eventually would find JSN for a 4-yard touchdown, making the score 37-36. Instead of kicking the extra point to continue the game, Mike McDonald held up 2 fingers. He wasn't going for the tie, he was going for the kill shot.
How? Oh, that's freaking incredible. That's very impressive and very daring to do. And I guess that speaks of the culture of this Seattle team, right? To go for the 2 points and the win instead of the potential draw.
Arnold took the snap, went through 1 read, 2 read, and 3 reads, and found his backup tight end Eric Sauber in the front of the end zone for a successful 2-point conversion. Final score, Seattle 38, LA 37. The win over the LA Rams put the Seattle Seahawks in pole position for the #1 seed in the NFC West. They have proven they can win in the trenches, they can win throughout a high-volume passing attack, and they can win through the sheer force of coaching will. Sam Darnold has silenced the ghost of his past, JSN has established himself as the premier receiver in the game, and Mike McDonald has proved that his culture of 12 as 1 is the most dangerous force in the league. With 2 games left against the Browns and the Cardinals, the math is simple. If the Seahawks win
I thought they were facing the Panthers, because Gary, you're going there, right?
With 2 games left against the Browns and the Cardinals, the math is simple. If the Seahawks win out, the road to the Super Bowl will go through the deafening, rain-soaked chaos of Lumen Field. And based on what we saw on Thursday night, there is not a team in the NFL that wants to make that trip. But you guys let me know in the comment section below. Can Seattle...
Great video, original video below as well there. What do you think? I mean, we've seen them now, well, you guys mainly. I've seen them now defeat searching Jacksonville Jaguars, at least. That game was very convincing to me because Jacksonville, almost an underrated team. They looked a bit... I mean, they looked good, but fell off in the 4th quarter, which tells me that Seattle has a 4th quarter as well. Then you look at the Los Angeles game. They have the overtime grit as well. They have the offensive superstars. What can stop them? How far do you think they will go? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care and see you soon.